And here it goes. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. I wore this shirt because it felt good, baby. Watching that pump. Let's get the lemon into the water, even though it's Saturday night. Dude, last night my wife gave me some chips and some dip, and man, it tore up my stomach, and I've been in pain all day. It's like I'm not eating processed food anymore. I'm only eating vegetables, a couple pieces of meat here and there, and drinking my lemon water. I'm going on a whole new... Shout out to everybody here. Let's take a look at what happened tonight. If you look at Fiat Week, we haven't seen anything like this in a while. Look at the action. Look at the action. Just money pouring from all around, just booming into the crypto sphere. Just Bitcoin, you name it, ADA, everyone is jumping on it. People are FOMOing. Feel like they've missed the bottom or something. They're like, oh my God. You know what? I've been here before. Take a deep breath. There's a couple of these rallies. We should come back up and down. And everyone thinks that this is it. This is it. They get a little crazy. They get extra FOMO. Imagine what it's like in a real bull run. Everyone goes crazy. The fear on the outside is the fear on the inside, if you know what I'm saying. Like everyone looking in are the people that everyone looking on the outside are the people that rush on into the market. It gets pretty crazy. Shout out to my lifers. Shout out to 233 beautiful lifers in the live. 120 likes. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? I would be blessed and greatly appreciated. Thank you for the love. Shout out to each and every one of you. Did you tell someone you loved them today? I love you. I love you and 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 every single one of you. I love you all. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Stay happy, stay bright, stay positive. There's nothing else you can do. I don't care how down and out you are. I don't care how crappy your life seems at this moment. All you can do is be appreciative of what you do have and begin to build, right? You know, life is like you're looking at some tools in the ground. Here I go as I preach. But life is like you're looking at some tools in the ground, and you can see your neighbor building this perfect hut with all the right tools, and you could have half the tools he has, and you could sit there and just be like, I don't have anything. This sucks. Or you could be like, you know what? I do have this, and I do have that, and you know, and then maybe I can do this and that, and maybe once I get that and this, I can do this, and you know what I mean? Like, and you begin to build at least with what you do have. Then maybe he sees you when he comes on, oh, I see you struggling, but you can use this and that. But if he didn't see you working, he wouldn't give you a dang thing. So, you know, that's the old saying, you know, God, what is that? Now I forget, right? But, you know, God takes care of those who take care of themselves. You know what I mean? Like the old saying goes, but that's the Irish. We hard, bro. The Irish are hard, man. Lifer, what do you think about the markets are pumping? Bull trap. We're going to break it down. We're going to see what the action is. Honestly, I have a few ideas here. And I had some ideas of slight bullishness already. Let's take a look and see what we talked about. Number one, it's a full moon last night. All right. This video talks about full moons. If you want to watch this video, I would highly suggest you do. It just correlates how many times we pumped to how many times we had a full moon. And look, full moon here, pump. Full moon here, pump. Full moon here, pump. Full moon here, pump. Full moon. So just, it's an interesting concept to think about. Something on the radar for you to contemplate. All right. As we break it down again, too, look at this. This is from yesterday. Danny with the music. Thank you, Danny. And check this out. You know, and begin to show some signs of support that we can make support here. We did resistance. We did SR. Oh, that was me this morning. I look absolutely horrible. Someone did say I look tired. I mean, I was up at 5:30, 5:45 in the morning, and then I couldn't sleep. I mean, but I look horrible. I look way better now. It's the same day. That's insane. That was this morning. Dude, I look beat up like a hamburger meat beat to the ground. I look like I got, you know what it was though? I had just woken up and gotten out of bed. My face was swollen. You know, you got to kind of get up. You know, your face is full of freaking oil. I'm serious. Your blood, the oil in your blood rises to the top when you sleep. Read about it. It's kind of weird. But so look, I mean, wow. Anyway, who cares what I look? Let's break it down. Start flip that area as we just discussed on the other chart. And it's looking somewhat bullish. So can the 1 hour push us to the upside and get us above 17K is the question. If we can do that into tonight, maybe we can create some volatility. There's lack of bearish momentum here. We have falling volume with sideways price, which is a pretty good sign. We could get a reversal. And the stochastics do want to push to the upside. However, the 15-minute already did it, kind of showing signs of just a, you know, sideways behavior. So 15-minute showing sideways behavior for the last few hours, showing that we probably will go sideways for the next, probably into tonight. So I do see Bitcoin going sideways, continuing this way, but there's a chance the 1 hour gives us a move. I love to trade the 1 hour when it's oversold on the stochastic. So, and you got a MACD level there, showing some signs of life, touching the 21-day moving average, you know, and we're right there at a high volume node. Could we bust above this point of control and get a move? So watch the 1 hour, you know. Yep. So that's my trading style. I don't never know where Bitcoin's going to go. I'm not short or long. I basically look at the probabilities. That probability said that the bigger time frames didn't look good, but the 1 hour could give you a pump. And I've seen the bigger time frames want to dump and the 1 hour squiggle its way on out. So I've been burned every single way. That's why I trade the way I trade. From years of being burned, eventually you'll figure out a better system just kind of, and so my system is flagging out. Once I see something, so the second I saw Bitcoin going sideways, right? Oh, look at all these fun Bitcoin charts we're going to get into. But the second I saw Bitcoin going sideways, shout out to that Sol, 14% on Sol, which is 45% in the Sol 3L. But I called that flag to the upside. Shout out to anyone that got in on that one. We've been talking about this flag from here, and here, and it eventually did. But I got a bunch of coins that we talked about broke out. The whole trading group made gains today. I could just pick one and we made gains. We'll talk about them in a second. I'm almost sick of talking about our gains. Like, I'm not trying to like show off. I know it's not as, the other trading groups don't have as many gains and whatever. It is what it is. But we've been killing it. You know, Gala 3L for 200% out of the perfect flag that I put out, never hit the stop loss, right? Gala 3L, that was, you know, after another flag for another 73%, booming, right? Aura Chain in a cup and handle for 68% gains. EFX in a cup and handle from a 121. EFX, that was when it first came out. FET, I put out in a cup and handle for 111% gains. Gala 3L, that's when it first came out for 69. It would continue, you know. I guess, Sean, you could, I guess he's showing you each one as the day went on, but like that trade just continued to go to the upside. Same trade. EVX though, AGIX was in a tight channel. This would boom and continue to move. VAI, that is up now 100% from when it first came out. If you guys want to update that, I mean, that was a monster trade. But AGX, 58% gains, banging on them to the upside. So, and these are AI coins. You know, once we saw one, then two, then we figured out. Also, Token Metrics gave us a few AI coins. They gave us Matrix AI, looking at also Ocean. Life, I registered for Tuesday's class, but how do you join? Hype for it. Let's go. Can we look at CZ? Appreciate all you do. I mean, if you join, then we know you're there, and you get added to an email, and you get a we mass email everyone that joined that day, like an hour before, with the link. So you're in. If you're in, you're in. We got you. Everyone's always like, I don't know, but you're good. Is Black Oak going to steal all the Bitcoin? They're trying to. LTC Bitcoin blasting off. Yeah, that LTC BTC call. What's up, Lifer? Can you do TA on Hex? Thank you. Shout out to Joe NYC. Appreciate you. Super chats are open. Shout out to Lakochi Coker. Shout out to DK. Shout out to everybody here on the live. I appreciate each and every one of you for coming on in. Thank you for super chatting. Can we look at CHZ? Thanks for all you do. God bless you, man. Thanks for all you do. All right. So let's jump on into Bitcoin. Number one, you know it's the week. But we just want to talk about where we're at right now real quick. All right. BTC USDT on Binance. So this is what we drew earlier today, right? And this is what I said, hey, watch that 1 hour time frame. You were oversold on the stochastics. Could you get a bounce to the upside? And lo and behold, you did get a bounce. Bitcoin doing numbers 17,153. I told you that Bitcoin for me had to close a daily candle above 17,000, right? Let's take a look at that daily candle. Let's take a look at the weekly candle. Let's break down Bitcoin and the weekly. Bitcoin and the weekly. If you've never been here before, get ready. Sit down for Bitcoin and the weekly candle close. Sorry, we do that every Sunday. Shout out to, what, babe? I'm glad it's over. You are? I don't like it. You don't like it? You hate it? My wife hates it. That's horrible. Whatever. I don't want you to, I shouldn't do it anymore. I don't want you to be upset. I have this obsession with doing it because I've done it. My whole thing is if I stop doing it, it's because I think I care what people think about me. That's why So I have this like obsession where I can't, but that means I do care what people think about me, right? It's like, it's funny, right? Let's take a look at Bitcoin and the weekly candle close. It was a beautiful green candle, a bullish engulfer for once, showing signs of life. We had resistance. This was a weekly resistance at this point of control. 16,841 was a big deal. We had to get back above that area. I kept talking about 16,800 over and over and over and over again, right? I'm still not like buying huge moves, but look, then we had resistance. This candle is attempting to close above it. We need this weekly candle to now close above 17,150. You can see, or 17,114. Jason Casper, let's go Bitcoin cup and handle breaking out. Shout out to Jason Casper for the 99 super chat. You're the man, dude. I throw it to you, come throw it right back, man. You're ridiculous. Just because the lifers are freaking awesome. Shout out to Busted. Shout out to BB Strike 86. Shout out to Nick Hepper. XYO, please. Token metrics shows bullishness. Bullish. Let's get through this weekly candle. Let's jump in. No, I do see. Look at, you can even see the cup and handle here, Jason. Jason Cup and Handy to the upside. Shout out to Jason Casper in the house. Appreciate you for jumping on in. Thank you for the super chat. God bless you. Check out Jason Casper on YouTube if you ever want to check him out. Really nice guy. Trades Bitcoin mainly, banging on him. This is my man right here. Check him out. Hit the subscribe button if you have not. Let him know. He's got guns of steel too. You wouldn't want to play with those guns, man. I'm telling you. You ain't going to mess around. So, okay. He's so big and huge. Like, I can't even think straight right now. So look, the weekly cup and handle. No, it did. Look at that. We'll get to it on another time frame too. But so the weekly, I just want to see this weekly close now above this resistance, this yellow bar that we're going to leave this here. We have to close above 17,100 on the weekly. We close back around here, you know, we could still be making something, you know, maybe an ascending triangle too. It's the chance we come and test the lows one more time and bounce off 16,008. So you can see this is, and even then, even after all that, we could squiggle our way to the bottom and still end down here. Couldn't we, Jason? Couldn't we? You never know. See? You never know. Happy Sunday, everyone. My grandfather told me investing was easy. Yeah, sure. Nothing's easy. My dad told me nothing's easy. My dad told me if anything told you someone was easy, to get away from them. That was the thing my dad told me the most that I can remember. Nothing's easy. Not even throwing out the trash. Not even making an egg. Not even doing toast. One thing that we have to talk about that I've been discussing over and over, and it's even true on the weekly. This is a point of control on the weekly. If you get above a point of control, we all know we make it back up here to your next high volume node. That suggests Bitcoin's going to 19,100 no matter what RTA says. Like, no matter what our, like, squiggly lines and our momentums and our support, like, that just says, I mean, many times, if you blindly trade from one high volume node to the next, I've seen it play out like 80 to 90% of the time. I'm not going to say I'm a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying you should be taking as financial advice, but this is a big sign on the weekly. And a lot of these market cipher traders, you know, these guys, they love using that VRVP just like us, and they ride the wave. They're doing the same thing. They got a few different things that are showing them divergence and stuff like that, and money flow. Same similar thing that we're doing. What up, Sam? What are your thoughts on YFII? Ah, man, that thing is an oldie but goodie. We'll take a look at it in a little while. Thank you for running that to the list. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. The lifers, man. So, weekly showing signs of resistance right there. I want to see the weekly candle close somewhat in this area. Maybe even move up to that 21-day moving average. All right. Bit of a double bottom here on the 3-day. We were talking about the 3-day a lot and showing you the bullish divergence on the 3-day chart. What was the bullish divergence? Let's break it down. All right. It was subtle. But from here to here, we're swinging to the downside. Here we were a bit flat. Hold on one second, though. I'm going to go to the Coinbase chart on this 3-day. See, it started to flatten out right in this level here. Just, you know, not as sharp as a swing down. It was like a class B bullish divergence. And you can see it starts to play out there. Far more, you know, See on that daily too, this was starting to swing down, but you're starting to swing up in here. Just signs that there was movement in opposite directions on the price action and the RSI, all right? And look, we're in that symmetrical triangle. It could break up or down. Could be a fake out, breakout, and break back inside. We are very overbought on the daily time frame. We are extremely overbought on the 22-hour. The only thing I talk about is we do tend to get magnetized up to that 200 SMA. It's a ballsy call, but I wouldn't be surprised if you see us pump all the way up there and shred some shorts. So now that we've broken above the level of resistance that I talk about, we can move the big boy zone to here. But it doesn't change a lot. Resistance, resistance, resistance. We're still at heavy resistance now. As I told you before, it's all about that 17,300 area because this is where we've wicked up to. And then I even kept saying 18,300, right? Important. But we are breaking out of the symmetrical triangle. We clearly have broken out. We did get above the point of control. Same thing here. There's a gap. Our next stop is 19,198. There's a huge gap in liquidity here. Says that we can easily peruse on up to 19,100 based on the VRVP. Okay? At least get to this resistance too. Find out what's happening. Start to toggle with the 200 SMA. So what do I say? What are the people that are opening short? Some people are guaranteed opening shorts right now at resistance. I mean, you're at resistance. It would seem to be the smart idea. However, I tend to stay off trading Sunday night into Monday morning. I really do. Because a lot of times my edge has been broken. I don't know how many times that my probability trade that would have played out great ended up getting swung around like a, And so due to the volatility in the different trending markets that collide and all the action, and yes, I've missed out on some great shorts and I've missed out on some great longs. But Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are such good days to trade. And it's all about patience. If you can exert patience in the game of trading, it will pay off in the long run in so many different ways. So, can you please check out Chainlink for the short? MNW, thanks, man. Shout out to After Hours Investing. Wants to look at Morpheus Labs, XRP short squeeze to 37.39 cents. Bitcoin going down. Bitcoin from July going up. Hey, you never know, man. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I do not make long-term ideas in that manner. I'm not like, it's going to do this, guaranteed to do that. So this is what I do. Bitcoin is pumped beautifully to the upside. That is a good time to take some profit. We'll look at our smaller time frames to see if it's going to continue. So you're starting to flag out here. Let me move our resistance up. But you're starting to flag out here on the 7. Just like when we're dumping. Remember, Bitcoin's dumping. What do? We go to the smaller time frame, right, to figure out what's going to happen. How many times? All the time. Right? We've done it so many times. So we go to the smaller time frame, we draw our flag, and we're like, all right, it's likely we continue to the downside if the stochastics come back up. So we flip this. 7 minute could be in a bit of a flag here. We can get back up to that level that I'm talking about. Close a candle on the 4 hour later on tonight into 17,300 territory. That would flip me a lot more bullish. Another thing that I talk about, right, is opening longs every time you close a candle on the 4 hour above the 200 SMA. It seems to play out. I've been talking about it for how many days now? And now I bring it up on my channel over and over again, and I just keep showing you. Candle closes above, open the long. Stop loss somewhere down here. Patiently wait, get paid. Okay? It breaks out here, open the long. Patiently wait, get paid. As long as you're moving stop loss to break even, once you're up a couple percentage, this thing plays out beautifully. Look, up here, and again, I'm not a financial advisor. You're going to have to figure this out on your own. I'm just showing you some sauce. Breaks out here, you get into the trade long. You hold it, get paid. It played out a bunch of times there in a row. And then you come down here, you close a 4 hour candle below. So right there, a 4 hour candle closes below, another one, and then even that one. But look, 1, 2, you open the short here, get paid. Right? You open the 4 hour candle here after there. Eventually you get paid, takes a while. Get paid. Here, open the, boom, get paid. Here, open the 4 hour. Come back down a little bit. Might have caught you off guard, but eventually would have got you paid. It's interesting. So I kept bringing this up. Yeah, this morning I was like, we're at resistance. We're getting over the bottom these time frames. The 4 hour doesn't look too good. The 22, the daily don't look great. I said, but the 4 hour's in a flag. and we are above the 200 SMA on the 4 hour. I said those two things got me a little bullish, you know? Same time, we were in a rising wedge that breaks down 68% of the time, you know? But when they break out, what do they break out? They break out parabolically, right? Parabolically. Thought I drew the parabola today too, somewhere, maybe on one chart. I remember drawing this, like, is Bitcoin gonna do the thing? So now what? Anyone can go back in time and figure it all, you know, but now what? Where are we? Well, see, this is the cup and handle that I was talking about, and we did break out cup and handy to the upside. But again, we got to get back above this point here, 18,003 for me to feel great. We got to get back above 17,003, this level here, and 17,008 too, this level right here. No, that's 17,388. Yeah, this level is so important. There's some good things in our favor. We showed you the gap in the VRVP on the bigger time frames. That's substantial. That is substantial. Shout out to Buck Nasty in the house. Been following me for a long time. Waiting for possible retest of the top trend of the 200 MA on the 4 hour for Bitcoin. What I'm waiting on. Might not happen, but I'm okay watching Gala making my year. Gala banged on him. Could you check the Matthew McConaughey token? I got the spelling of his name right this time. Drive my Lincoln Town calls. See Matthew McConaughey. See, my name is Matthew. See Matthew McConaughey. See, the glory of life is, it's not how many movies you act in, it's how many times. So what do I see happening to Bitcoin now? Well, it breached the trend line. It definitely broke out of a rising wedge, okay? It could easily cavort back down and begin a dump. It's definitely at a resistance point like I showed you here, right? Let's stick to one chart. I'm on buying it. This chart was nice, yeah. We're at resistance right here, clear as day. So we go to the 1 hour, and we go even deeper to that 7. And remember, we watched this flag. You see some bearish div on the flag? You kind of do here. There's a swing up, while this swings sharply to the downside. It is still a bit of a flag, too, though, on the RSI, but it is some bearish divergence. Kind of an M, too. Look at that. Or an Adam and Eve double top. You see that? Like, there's your Adam, there's your Eve to the downside. Hitting high node liquidity. Do we come down and retest the same zone? So if this 7 minute begins to break on out, that's interesting. Aggressive entry would be right now. This would be a really aggressive entry for Bitcoin. Stop loss somewhere down here. Extremely aggressive. May play out nicely, though, when the Stokes pump back up. There's a probability beginning to build. It's a 50-50. That's a bilateral pattern, 50-50, technically, by the book, because it's an ascending triangle, and ascending triangles are 50-50. Bilateral. All right. Shout out to everybody here. Could you check the Matthew McConaughey token? Sorry, I'm an idiot. Starts humming. Been watching my guy since he had 2.5 subscribers. Parabolic Youth. Shout out to my man, Parabolic Growth. Shout out to my man, Buck Nasty in the game. Sean Aaron. All right. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in. 410 beautiful faces, beautiful souls, awesome individuals, people that are clawing to get to the top, people that believe in crypto, people that believe in themselves, people that believe in the lifers, baby. Thank you for supporting the community. Thank you for being the community. And as I said before, I would not be here without each and every one of you. There'd be no show. There'd be no lifers. There'd be nothing. So thank you for all the awesome people I met this year traveling around the United States. All the lifers that I met, each and every one of you. People that drove out to meet me. People that shook my hand at conferences. And I'm so blessed to know each and every one of you. Like, the gratitude, man, and the pleasure was all mine. You were all so awesome. If YouTube alone was for anything, it was to meet all the awesome people that I met in 2022. I watch every video and unfortunately been putting off joining the trading group due to my super busy schedule, but I'm joining now. 2023 is gonna bang, baby. Shout out to Nacho Crypto. I love that word. Yo, you're funny, man. Nacho Crypto. Shout out to Nacho Crypto in the house, man. May God bless you, man. We'll do everything we can to bring you up to speed and get you rocking and rolling. The amount of people in the live chat doesn't equal the lives. Let's help our man hit that like button. I'll believe in myself and the lifers. 2023 is the year for mad gains. Timmy313. Just joined, friend. Wheelman44. Shout out to you, man. My man, all the way from Medicine Hat, holding me down with the ad in the back of the whip. You're fine. I want to see so-and-so be wrong about dominance and get caught sitting on his hands. I won't repeat it. Got gains on Nakamoto Games. Thank you, bro. My man. Naka. So let's watch Bitcoin in this bit of a flag here. If it can stay in the flag, we could get a pump continuation to the upside. The 7-minute can be our destiny. 15 even says a possible flip is coming. The 1 hour could extend itself a little bit. Telling you it's time to take some profits though on the 1 hour. Would be smart. If I was in a leverage trade, I would be out. But there's a chance. The 7-minute, you do see some bearish div though. We do see some bearish div. But there's some FOMO going tonight, and there's heavy volatility, and it's Sunday night, and we know crazy things happen. So it's a job for Mr. BOOKMAP. Dare I bring in BOOKMAP and push the limits? Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. 17K, though, back above 17K. I told my dad today, I was talking to my dad on the phone, he was like, can't I get back a 17? He's like, that Bitcoin will give you a heart attack. I can't believe you do that. He's like, he loves it. He supports me, but he was just thinking, like, for the people that are just, he's like, every day I look at that price, he's like 16.8, 16.8, 16.99, 16.8. See, he's like, oh my God. He's like, I'm like, I know, Dad. It ain't easy, man. I said, this is the bear market. He's like, the people that can handle it, I mean, it's okay. But for someone, I was like, I know, that's the thing. Like, if you can get through, it's good. But I mean, bear markets are made to flush people out of the market. They're made to crush people's souls, so to the point where they just don't think they can go on anymore. Like, that's what a bear market is supposed to do. It's sad. If we've been through it, you can handle it. If you haven't. So look, it is building more liquidity up at 17.3. BOOKMAP. BOOKMAP suggesting this 7-minute chart is going to blast to the upside and we're going to squeeze some shorts. You see? There's just more liquidity up here than down here. We have one golden bar, two golden bars, just a little more. Says we can bleed into 17.3. This would also coincide with what I got cooking here on the 7. How many times did the 7-minute coincide with the liquidity of BOOKMAP? We already got a few people getting liquidated up here. What is going on? What are you watching? You're watching buy orders amalgamated on Bybit, Binance Futures, and OKX, and we're seeing like 2,200 Bitcoins want to be sold at 17.2, 1,315 Bitcoins 17.3, 1,000 Bitcoins at 17,500. Another little, jolly old lucky group here or person. We don't know. It could be one person. It could be a group. It's just a bunch of orders. 896 want to be bought at 16,800. But when the heat shows me more orders, see how the orders are building in here? It's showing me more buys getting brought in. Showing me we should get a pump to the upside. And look at the 7-minute beginning to move. Look at the low stochastics. This could turn out to a beautiful trade to the upside here. This would be a leverage trader's dream. And look at the 7 getting the move. This is what we're all about here on my channel. Because we get it. We watch it live. And it is making a bearish divergence. I want to make it clear now. Swing up to swing up. You got to swing down. I mean, there's a chance that's all you get. That could have been the last of the people trying to. But what happens is people just think, oh, it's high, I'm going to short, and they build more and more shorts. Look at the shorts that just got liquidated. See that? And look at the pump we got on the 7-minute. It just boomed up. That huge candle just got boomed. What was that candle? That candle was the liquidations. See, now we can see the candle boom up. We can see what actually happened. We can see people got liquidated. So now you understand a lot. You can see like, okay, so price action pumps, turns in, and that's the people getting liquidated. All right? See? You're seeing the same thing, but you're just seeing two different pictures of it. All right? Oh, the order book. And look, we did get dragged up. They did end up getting into the zone here. See? Into this zone up in here. We kind of saw it as we caught it at the end, but we caught it as it happened. The shorts got squeezed. Wow. Shout out to the $5 super chat from Butsonator. You're the man playing some Rocket League watching you spit that good word, Ada, XRP, and ETH. Shout out to my man for the $5 super chat from my man, all the way from downtown, Larry Brown. Yo, thank you so much, my man. Appreciate you for the love. Super chats coming on in. We have CHZ, we have Hex, we have Fetch, we have JSMY, we have XYO. Wow, we have a lot to cover. We have Morpheus Labs, YFI, Link, Chainlink. We have JASMY, baby, JASMY. We got so much to cover, so much to do, so little time. And this is the quickest show back to back. We go from Sunday night right into Monday morning, not 12 hours later, or some, like 14 hours later. Yeah, 10 to 8, 8. Yeah. I don't know. Hey. I do the math as quick as I can, as always. Shout out to you and yours. Shout out to the chat revenue. Shout out to Jason Casper holding down that $9.99. You're the man, dude. So funny. Lifer got a spot for a mod. That whole mod thing is a big thing. They got to bring you in, talk about it. It's a whole deal. Join the 99 and take the course. It's life-changing in more ways than TA. Your future self will thank you. Yeah, Zilliqua doing a bang-up job today. Shib is the next Gala. Gala pump was amazing. I mean, we nailed the Gala pump. I just seen it on the 4-hour, and the 4-hour looked beautiful to me, and then boom. See, if you just stick to these simple TA things, a lot of times your simple TA will just overlap on a huge pump because you're just seeing things that are highly likely probable that you've been doing for years and years and years and years and years. If you like this shirt, Express makes this shirt. I don't know if they still sell it anymore. I got it like last spring. Cool pattern. You gotta love it. Makes you feel kind of good. A little fruity for me, but you know what? I've been kind of pushing out my realms of fashion. And I've been going to Miami and Florida where, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta be comfortable wearing the flower shirts, man. You gotta love it. So to me, I love this shirt. I think it's awesome. But I wore it tonight because I saw the pump. I felt good. I felt happy. I looked at what shirt to wear. I didn't pick the shirt until we were like 5 minutes into the countdown. And I was like, man, I got to throw a shirt on. So could we get a pump on Bitcoin? You never know. We just squeezed some more people, but there's still that liquidity up there on BOOKMAP. There's more going on up here than there is down here. But only time will tell. Anything could happen. This is just, data. The data could flip on you, but just, giving you some probabilities. More likely now, people jumped in on that too quickly, and now they'll liquidate them. Now they're going to have fun. It's Sunday night into Monday morning. Let the games begin. Let the volatility bang on them, right? We do have bearish divvy. Boom. My goodness, another super chat coming on in. Sam, I'm a pretty quiet member of your community, but I listen to your live every single day. I've learned so much from you, and I made an amazing Gala trade by using TA tools I learned from you. Just wanted to pass some along. Happy New Year, man. Shout out to Crypto Khaleesi for the $9.99 super chat, man. Another $100 super chat. The people have spoken tonight. The people have spoken. Unbelievable. May God bless you and yours, man. Thank you for the love. It feels so good to know that someone else made gains from the education in which we teach, and from the support in which we give, and from, the love in which we pour out into the trading group, man. That's awesome. And this is what it's all about. When you give to others, they give back to you, and the reciprocation of love and energy is amazing. Crypto Khaleesi, may God bless you and yours, man. Thank you so much for that $9.99, man. That's awesome, man. That's amazing. That's unbelievable. Feels just like old times, man. We're ripping through like a bull market. What bear market? This ain't a bear market. This is a lifer market, baby. So, again, I would watch this flag. Many times I've given up on the 7 and then missed out on a crazy pump. So, this flag suggests something's brewing. BOOKMAP also shows more liquidity still lagging up there. They may have to clean up some more shorts, in my humble opinion, to 17.4 now. Look at that order starting to book. Some more local orders starting to kind of cook in here. This huge order, 1,200 Bitcoin, 17.3. Looks like it's going to get filled, in my humble opinion. So, I'd watch for this flag to break out, but anything is possible. I'm not a magician, and there's no guarantees, right? If I was right 100% of the time, then everything I said would happen, and that's just not the case. So, we'll see. We'll go from there. We'll come back to this flag. We'll keep it on ice, and we'll check it out in a split second. Daily looks okay. 3-day chart. You know, the 10-day looks like we're just, we could get started with some type of kind of move here. Not perfect yet. Have you looked at your 10-day chart recently? The 8-day curving up. 4 days a little cooked too, telling me that, So we're not out of the woods yet. And there's a very well chance we come back down and we dump back here to this 14,800 level. So I don't know what's going to happen. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. But I will tell you this, if Bitcoin can't get back above 18,000, then it can't get to 20K. And if Bitcoin doesn't dump past 16,000, then it can't get to 15. So we're going to watch the local levels, and as they start to either give us bear flags or bull flags, we're going to take those probabilities to the up or to the downside. If that makes sense to everybody, my trading style is pretty basic, I take the probabilities given to me. I sprinkle on some data with the momentum indicators and with BOOKMAP to try to level out the playing field and give me a little bit of probability, right? Like BOOKMAP has just given me this idea that this could pump out of here. But anything is possible. I wonder how many people in the world right now are scalping this 7-minute, because I know I'm not the only one. There's traders all around the world watching this. Like, there's guys with millions of dollars on this right now, like 50x left, like, go Bitcoin, go! Pump out the flag, Oh, man. What an amazing day it is to be alive. Aura chain banging to the upside. Marshall continuing to boom. If you go to the 1 hour, you can see these things just absolutely moved. Marshall looks like it wants more. Look at this. A lot of the things that started kept moving. And it seems like, I don't know if there's VC money. We're going to take a look at the total market cap. It did already break out. You'd be chasing a green candle. So I'd watch for a flag on the smaller time frame. I'm all about looking at the flags on the 1, 5, 7, anywhere in there. When I see a 1 hour pump getting busy like that. Chance it makes an M pattern. But the measured move is hefty. Another 22% gains possibly. Look, that it is the MACD turning. The RSI has already flipped for you, right? Pretty nicely. And the stochastics RSI really want to turn. That's a very bullish sign for me. All these turning and you got the breakout already. You would be buying a breakout, which I don't normally do. I'd be looking for a flag, but this thing looks ripe for a continuation pattern to the upside. I'd look for a flag on a smaller time frame. That thing looks ripe for a move. But again, it could dump. Has to fit your trading style, and you have to learn education, and then put the education onto the chart. And if the education in the chart conveys a possible move, then it makes sense for you, right? On Marshall is the coin. So this one, very interesting. Look, you can even, you kind of bounced into that golden pocket. Look at that. Insanity. You wicked right there in between the 0.618 and the 0.65. You can't make this stuff up, right? It's like fairy book stuff. That looks like a move is coming on it. Anything is possible. But that looks very interesting to me. Oh, let me replace the chart with the one with the fib in it. So if you saw me draw the fib, I just taught you how to draw a fib. You could go back in time and you could teach yourself how to draw a fib. Took the bottom of the impulse to the top of the impulse. All right? You could take the bigger fib too eventually, but these are I call these local fibs, and they play out a lot for me. So that's why I use them in the ways in which I do. We talked about FETBTC. That thing was a monster trade, right? Might have a little more to go too, again, on that 1 hour time frame. See, everything reset. It's a chance that they're all going to make this quick scalp move again. Maybe they double top. But are there more gains coming out of the same idea here? I got the moving averages far apart. 4 hours. Yeah, that's interesting. 4 hours touching. That's interesting. NMR was another hot one. I'm looking at this for a move. Look at the 22. Looking pretty nice, right? Look at the daily, though. I'm trading this in the daily time frame. It's called Covalent. I knew all about the project. I did some good research on it. Made a video about it. Found out who the CEO and founder was. Forgot his name because it was like a year ago. But I liked his style, what he was all about. And he was all about the project. They seem to be a competitor with the graph token. But the graph, you have to call like each individual chain and look. This, you can like look through each chain at once. So like they say this is far more proficient than the graph. You know, and the nerds that know more than me say the same and agree. And so in deep space, Covalent may be the one. So Covalent has some things that a lot of these other coins wish they had, which is a loyal founder and team, an amazing tech that only has a few competitors in the game and seems to be able to beat them. So Covalent's been on my radar for a possible move here. 11 cents. All right. So Covalent is a project I do know a lot about. Covalent. Now, regardless of that, it's got tight moving averages. The 50 crossed the 200, which is a golden cross right there. This is some good signs. Kind of a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder there. Kind of a double bottom there. Pushing up on the stochastics. Lack of bearish momentum. This would behoove me to watch it. Covalent. It's also an AI coin that did not pump yet. And it seems like all the AI coins are getting a ride. Again, who knows? There's no guarantees. But this is the narrative that's being seen in the market recently. Just like it was the fractional reserve NFT coins. Now it is the AI coins that seem to be getting the mustard. That seem to be smelling the sauce. Okay? Covalent. All right? This is all the AI coins right here. I have them all right here in a list, staring at you in the face. That's why all the gains are right here. Ocean, Parsec. I got into Parsec back in the day. AGIX I put out. Continues to pump. Looking nice on the daily. Has hit its point, you know. Be a nice little gain of 31%. Did peak at 59. And again, I teach on a class every single week. I teach an awesome class. Anyone that wants to jump on in. And in the class, what I teach is tight moving averages, MACD, RSI, stochastics, and how I'm able to figure out the highest probability ideas based on all this stuff. I use the VRVP. I use falling volume and falling price. I compare and stochastic. You know, I use a little bit of fib and some supportive resistance. I also can teach you awesome risk management in here, how I use the chart to find the stop loss, like all sorts of awesome things. So jump on in today, learn the ideas that I teach, get yourself started for $99 for 2 hours of my time. You will be blessed. You will meet awesome people. You can ask great questions. And it's $60 if you join the trading group, $330 if you join the trading group for 3 months and jump on into the class. So many people love the class. You can ask them right now in the group. Is anyone out there that took the class recently and has something good to say about it? If you have something bad to say, let me know. I don't know. I usually get good feedback, of course. But let me know. I just want to hear any feedback. Usually it is great, but let me know. Take the class today. You'll be absolutely blessed. I'm telling you, you'll learn so much. Okay, so let's jump into the real world here. And let's get into my USDT coins here on KuCoin. And let's jump into the super chats too as well. Super chat after super chat. All right. H-bar, bear market, bottom in. You never know. Shout out to the lifer. You're the man. Thank you. Shout out to Barefoot Fletch, my man. Alt season. Don't get too excited now, everybody. Let's go one step at a time. It's AI alt season right now. It's AI, right? Artificial intelligent coins are pumping. That's what the whole thing is on my thumbnail. That's why the thumbnail is what it is. Let's take a look at. Ooh, did it move on me? Okay, yeah. Let's take a look at CHZ. So look, I had CHZ kind of trapped in the zone. What an underperformer. First of all, we should pour a little out for CHZ. What a pain in the butt, right? I mean, it's such a it was supposed to pump for the World Cup. It was supposed to get some. It got no soccer love. It continued to dump. Then it didn't hold this trend line. It didn't break out like I wanted to. This was an underperformer. CHZ. It is at a possible double bottom now, as you can see, right? Like, basically sparring for its life right now. The daily is overbought. 3-day chart suggests that you are going to get a double bottom. So this is where you can put your patience to the test. I've done this before. I look at no other time frame but the 3-day. And you should pump up to the 200 SMA. Just like when it's not here, you pump down to it. I've seen that many times. A new coin will come out, it'll pump. The 200 will show up, price will dump all the way back down to that 200. I've seen it so many times, it's insane. So anyway, CHZ, does it bounce back up here on a double bottom on the 3-day chart? There's a chance. Last couple 3-day charts kind of hit resistance. The daily is worrisome, right? It's very overbought, and you're not able to get above these resistances. Wow, so this is becoming like a beat. Like, it's kind of sad. It was a great project. Like, what's going on? CHZ getting no love. And again, this is an AI pump right now. What I mean by that is these are artificial intelligent coins we're getting these little pockets of pumping. And this is what it's like in a bear market. And you got to kind of know what's going on. And they only last a couple days. And once you catch on, once the masses catch on, it's over. Like, the hundreds of percents had happened. Like, you have to be kind of watching these things before they happen. Like my team. You know, we didn't even know it was AI coins. We just knew certain coins had certain, and we look at these coins all the time, and some of them fell into AI. So it was like, oh yeah, that one's going to do it. That one's going to, you know what I mean? And then it kind of started to form that whole move. So, we say we get lucky, but luck is preparedness equaling opportunity. So we were just prepared, and it happened to be opportunity. That's how it worked out, right? Shout out to all my elite who hit massive gains. You guys are unreal. You guys are unbelievable. Thank you so much for the love. You get a death cross here for CHZ, which is not a good sign. You would love the opposite. You're below the 200 SMA. Okay. These aren't good signs, everybody. These are bearish signs. You're below the 200 SMA on the 4-hour. You got to get back above it. So, I don't know. CHZ doesn't look amazing to me at all. If anything, it's at this heavy resistance at 11 cents. It's got to get back above, in my opinion, at the very least, 12 cents. Maybe even 14 cents to remain bullish. Does it have a strong divergence? It has a divergence here. Swing down to swing down. That swings up. But it pushed up and really couldn't get back above resistance. Has an inverted head and shoulder little flag here. Kind of a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder that's trying to pump to the upside to the 200 SMA. It technically it's a viable project that I believe will be around. Do I love it enough to want to get in right now, in my humble opinion? I could DCA into it, like nibble it, but I don't know if I could like do anything more than that. I don't even think I would personally swing trade it. It is breaking out right now on the 4-hour, and the 1-hour looks okay. But it's heavily above this resistance. Can't get above. You know, got rejected. Bounce. Fell below resistance. It's got to SR flip the zone for me. Like, on a falling wedge to this area, possibly, that would be my next idea. So I want to see it get above this zone before I take it seriously. CHZ, in my humble opinion. YOLO all in. And someone asked about Hex. I usually look at the USDC pair on Uniswap, if that's okay. So Hex for my Hexicans. So I saw it breaking down lower. Last time I looked at it, it went almost halfway to that area. First thing I look at when I look at a coin is the bigger chart. So Hex gave it all back. Still, I'm thinking people that first got in are worth a lot. Of people that sold the top made a lot of money. I met a guy in Miami who was like, he became a multimillionaire with Hex. He told me, he was like, yo, Hex made me millions of dollars. So now he rents out exotic cars all day long, you know, which I get ain't bad, right? Cardano ripping faces now off right now. Are you kidding me? Pretty good. So the 3-day chart looks pretty good for a lot of the market. Hex does want to recover. The divergence isn't really strong enough for me. Yeah. You're still below that 200 SMA. You're trying to find your way. To me, Hex has to bottom out. Just like everything else in the market, it's got to find its way. Could be just the beginning here. could be just the beginning. You know, it's tough. Hex. The divergence really isn't strong enough for me on the daily. Either on the 4 hour. So then it's like you got major resistance here. It's 0.2577, 0.2589. So to me, it's like flip this area. If you believe in the project, DCA and all day, I personally would. I think whoever made their money on Hex kind of did it already. I think Hex kind of. I don't think it's going anywhere, but it's just not my cup of tea personally. I mean, you're overbought on that 22 on the daily. Doesn't mean it can't pump. I've seen anything happen. Whole market could just take an explosion. It'll follow. And you can see the whole market pump, so almost every coin got the move, got the memo, like, oh, it's time to move. But again, resistance. Previous support becomes new resistance. You got to flip this zone, all right? Otherwise, you're likely heading down. So, like, I see more downside personally for Hex. Then maybe a divergence occurs, and then it gets the pump. So I'd be wary of this zone for Hex. Very, very, very close. You're telling me ADA is booming? Let's take a look. That's a pretty nice little moon. 33.77. That was funny. And look, it wants the 200 SMA. It's going for it on the daily. It's almost like everything's trying to do the damn, right? Everyone wants to do that damage. Cardano. Oh, it looks like we had a little something. What do we have? Like a little scalp here? So we had a little flag there that did boom to the upside for Cardano. Look at that, 7.7% gains at the flag. Bada boom, bada bang, right? What's the bigger chart I have here for Cardano? Cardano had a slight better divergence on the 3-day. It is pushing up on the 3-day, but what you got to have, for this to really be sustainable, we got to get back above this point of control. I'm a long-term holder of Cardano. I've been in since 2 cents and 8 cents. So I'm up like substantially and have been up huge in the past. But yeah, and I'm going to hold for the next 5 to 10 years. Illicit money all that money going to Africa, changing, it's one of the few coins really positioned to take on entire countries' ecosystems and really go where it needs to go. I met Charles in New York, stand-up dude. Always remember looking him in the face and being able to at least spend even a little bit of time with him. And he's someone I would invest in. He's someone that I felt comfortable with. I like the style. He was wearing cowboy boots in New York City. He didn't give a dang. He had his leather jacket, the one he wears all the time. He's the man in my book, man. He's cool with me. So I like Charles. Swing down to swing down. Slight swing up here. If you kind of look at the long idea here, again, you're at the bottom of your barrel for Cardano. Cardano's got to break above this high volume node here, right? 46 cents is really a big target for it. Gets back above 46 cents, comes up, makes a retest. It can, we can say it began to, but remember everyone, these could be long played out bulls that take some time. We could get some pumps that fake everybody out, and then people are back in the, everyone that rushes in too fast. Remember, and again, maybe we start a huge rally. I know it. No one knows, so that's why but in my mind, usually we bowl out a little longer here. It's very unrare. It's very unlikely we just out of nowhere start going all the way back up. Usually it'll take some time. We'll consolidate up here, come back and test, consolidate, test, and until we find our way out the bowl, right? Cardano though is interesting. Shout out to my Cardano people. Shout out to FET. And you could have got FET on USDT on Coinbase, and it's been an absolute banger, right? We talked about it last week. I showed the BTC pair. I made a video about it, broke it down. You can even just see here on the 3-day chart in a nice little flag. Look at that. The 3-day chart was in a flag. I'm telling you, man, patterns don't play. You find a pattern, pick it up. All the day you have good luck. I mean, look at that. Boom, 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 boom. Tight moving averages. The 50 across the 200, that's a golden cross. We had a move here. If you're in my trading group, we were all over this. Shout out to anyone that took money out of FET. And again, Fetch AI. That is artificial intelligence. All right. The AI pump is here. All right. These are the coins. We're showing you them. Already gave you the whole list. Gave it to you. Most people would charge you for it, or I got the next one. Come to my trading group. I give you the best. You know what I mean? Like, dangle it. Dangle it away. Let's take a look at JASMY. JSMY. All right. JASMY looks different than most coins. A lot of coins are spent. JASMY looks to be making a bit of a move here. JASMY is making this rising wedge idea. Somewhat of a divergence there. I get it. But this 22 looks like it could be flipping. This wants me to look at the 8 hour. On kind of a middle point here. 8 hour is pushing up. I like what I'm seeing on the 8 hour time frame. Says there could be a nice move here. And we've been getting some explosive moves. 50 coming for that 200 on the 8 hour. We're getting across. We get above that high volume node, which it looks like we are. We're gone, baby, gone. This looks like it's ready for some type of action here. JASMY, baby, JASMY. So JASMY on the radar for a possible move. I don't own any JASMY, but I just may. I mean, this looks pretty nice to me. 8 hour time frame. Looking very bullish. And if anyone wants to elaborate for me in the trading group, kind of to point out some other things as I whip through these. A testimonial just popped in. Hey, Sam, I'm pretty quiet, member. Oh, yeah, thank you so much for taking that, Sean. Appreciate you, brother. This one makes my day right here. From Web Dev Guy. I just joined a week ago. Made great gains on the Gala call today. These profits were made in just a few hours. I made gains going long and short. Other screenshots not posted. Thank you. It already paid for my membership this month. The TA combined with your prep talks keeps me coming back for more. Keep inspiring. At Crypto Lifer. Thank you, man. And he made 85% gains on Gala on just one of a couple trades that he made. Shout out to you and yours, man. God bless you for sharing that and letting the world know about the Lifer. That's respect. Much respect. Thank you. Testimonials make my day. They're really what gets me up every single day. Reading testimonials like that change my whole life and make me feel absolutely amazing. I love sharing them, and I love seeing them when I wake up in the morning or I come back from somewhere with my family and I see another testimonial. I'm like, I showed that to one of my buddies. I said, look, man, helping people around the world. Back to our Bitcoin flag that we left on ice here on the 7. What time frame did we do that on? Or what? There it is. So we are getting some mixed signals. We're getting a rising wedge here, which we know that starts a parabolic move. So like that's how a crazy move would happen. It is bearish divergence though, because you're getting the swing up and you're swinging down now. I mean, you're getting the fighting move here, right? So 0.94%. I mean, that would be, I would just like to see us get back above 17,300 and make a real substantial move above 17K and not just a fake out break back to the downside. A lot of people would say, hey, short the bearish div at resistance, and I get it, but I've seen the 7-minute pull off crazy things, and we're still low on the stochastics. I want to see these stochastics pull off a move. Also, every time I go to BOOKMAP Cam, it's suggesting that we could go higher on this move. Like, it's just showing more liquidity up here to play with. More fun order books to have you know, to knock around. So right now it is still suggesting that we knock off some more shorts and more shorts get liquidated from what I've seen. But only time will tell. You're a good man, Sam. Shout out to Big Jim Swiners. Thank you, man. You are too, I guess. You know, I never met you, but I assume so. I mean, I saw a bearish div from Gala yesterday, but I FOMO'd last night, and I was furious to myself. I broke my rule, but it was a good FOMO. I'm up 50%. You're funny. We are good people, lifers for life. Shout out to Wheelman44, my man. Stay hydrated, friends. Yep. That lemon water will do you wonders. You might have a tough day. You might feel bad. Eat something wrong. JASMY partnered with Sony for NFT gaming. That's big news. Big news. Can you verify that? Where can we verify that news? And we're going to get to the news segment in a second. Don't you worry. I'm telling you, man, if I had to make a call, I'm saying Bitcoin is going to make this pump. There's just some magic in the air here. 71, 77. Look at the 77 as I said that. 77, 77, 77. Lately, it's just been the 77s. Look at that. Right when I speak. Crazy, right? Now it disappears. You notice that, right? It's right when I want it to be. Nuts. Then it won't be 77 all night. But it was right then when we wanted it to be. I find that nuts. Anyway, who cares, right? It's all just in my head, you know. Let's take a look at XYO. Ooh, that's a fun one for me. So JASMY, if Bitcoin gets the pump, JASMY's following that and then kind of caressing itself all the way to the upside. It gets above that 200 SMA. We're gone, baby. This looks nice to me. Above the point of control. JASMY, baby. JASMY. Show me the love, baby. Show me the love. JASMY. Let's take a look at KuCoin and XYO on KuCoin. So XYO. I put it out the other day on the 7. Didn't look back after it nailed the target. Another little flag that eventually would give off. So that one didn't play out. That one just boom, right? So, hey, you win some. You get hit off on a tight stop, you'd still be up massively. The move was huge. So let's take a look at a daily time frame over here. So we were already at the bottom. It's funny when you're on the 7 scalp and you don't realize where you are. You were at the bottom. We got above the 200 SMA, but we fell right back below it. Not a good sign, and we're a little overbought on the daily. 22 is also pointing to the downside. Look at that, and curving. You attempt to slap this in some type of flag that, to me, kind of broke to the downside already. Could open it up slightly and say, okay, but it's... Only good sign here is that we're touching the 21 SMA, but we're struggling for sure. Even the 3 days kind of tweezer top in there. 8 hours suggest a bump back to the upside. I can see why someone might want to be aggressively playing this. I think there's better plays out there that have 22s in our favor and that could make a move. You see what I'm saying? Come back down here to the 618 Fibonacci level. Get a bit of a bounce. There's a chance on the 8 hour that that's what's going to happen. We could even go lower down to the 786. Aggressive move on this play. It breaks some of my rules because the bigger time frames are fighting us. You know? And you're getting that FOMO from all the other coins pumping. It might make you make a move that, you know, again, not financial advice, but it might make someone make a move that they normally wouldn't because they're just feeling so like, oh, you know. It's definitely something to look at. If this is probably what you're seeing, I'm assuming. You have an SR flip at this area. You had resistance, resistance, resistance. You're bouncing. It's an okay sign. Last time this thing boomed. 4 hours flatline. That's insane. 1 hour's kind of doing its thing sideways. 15-minute wants to roll the over, roll over. Rollio. Could be the shoulder, the head, and that right shoulder, though, that gets us on out of the move. It's interesting. I personally wouldn't play it. Doesn't mean we're not going to wake up to some massive gains tomorrow. But I won't be able to take full credit because I didn't pull the trigger. So I got, you know, if I said, oh, I love this, I'm all over it, I could pull the trigger, but I can't, you know. So I'm a little cautious on this one based on the other time frames. It has me a little cautious. If I had to give it a number 1 through 10, I'd give it like a 5, like almost a 4.5. Like, it's not the worst trade in the world, but it just bears watching more than the other trades around. Relative to the other trades, there could be better, right? YFII. Someone hasn't asked me about that in a long time. You have YFI, you have YFII, right? YFII doesn't seem like it's even on KuCoin. It's on Mex Global, though, which is interesting. Or futures, they have a futures on Mex Global. Seems like I only have it on Binance. Funny, look at my chart on it, though. I was charting this. I don't know when, but look, I was. So look, it was getting tighter and tighter in the zone. It busted out, came right back in. Whenever that happens, I just play like it's back in the zone again. Moving averages are super tight. 8 hours pointing to the upside. This thing could break out. I kind of see what you're saying, whoever asked about it, right? It's holding above that point of control, which shows signs of life. It's kind of a cup with an elongated handle. 8 hour does want to make gains. See, that daily and that 22 are just all at odds. They're going to have to probably come. Every once in a while, they pump when they're high anyway. Like, you get the move. 3-day chart suggests a pump is coming. So, again, one of those 3-day patient charts where, like, one could enter. Ooh, that's got to be too deep of a stop loss. Yes, I don't know. Doesn't fit my trading style personally. You know, 1 hour's rolling over on you again. See, it's like overbought. The pattern did play out. You had a shoulder ahead and a shoulder that, you know, it did play to the upside. You can see this. Look. You had a shoulder, you had a head, you had a right shoulder, right? Measured move was the neckline to the head. You got the pump. That was it was textbook move, right? Also, what I've always learned is inverted head and shoulders are basically like symmetrical triangles, and you know, in all general sense of the word, because the head and the right shoulder make those two bounces up on the upper trend line, and it kind of makes a similar measured move because the neckline to the head is basically the base of the triangle. Pretty crazy, right? So some people play the inverted, some people play the ascending triangle, but it's all the same. Some people see both, some people don't. It all depends. I do see a cup with a handle here now that I'm gandering, which I didn't see before. This cup with this handle, which does seem to want to break out. Everyone's seeing a move. They want their coin to move too, but you know, it's all about support and resistance. You bounce, you bounce, you bounce, you bounce, resistance, resistance. You get above this and flip it. Possible move for a scalp. I also think there's better out here though. So it's not, you know, it's getting tighter and tighter in the zone. I'd like to see the daily and the 22-hour reset, or at least come down halfway and begin to bend. And then this would look more scrumptious to me. All right. I'm talking about the stochastics RSI here. I want to see these come on down. Even if it pumps out and I miss the pump, I look for the retest here, and that would be the safer place to get into the trade. Just confirm, like, it had more strength at the time of getting in, right? Love, please, Sam. I love every day, man. Come on now. Thank you for the love. Shout out to BB Strike 86. Love you too. Let's take a look at Morpheus Network, right? MNW. I've been looking at this coin. It's sitting in the golden pocket. It's got tight moving averages. It is below the 200 SMA, right? It's also below the 200 SMA on the 4 hour. Could give you some problems, right? That's when some bear issues start. We'd like to be on the other end of that move. However, we are getting to these low, you know, bounce areas. The golden pocket, the 706. If we look at the 22, unlike everything else we're talking about, this is kind of oversold with a twist. Like, it's kind of flipping. The daily's also low, so I like what I'm seeing here. Somewhat of a cup and handle. I love trading this coin. It's made many a gain. It holds above the 200 SMA on the daily. It's definitely on my radar for a possible move to the upside. MNW. I don't hold any long term, and you know, but this is something that I really appreciated, and I kind of personally picked it. Like, I didn't see it anywhere. No one talked about it. It was my own little obsession, and we got in at 67. This thing is still holding 40% gains from when we first started looking at it. I don't know, back in like August or September. Like, so this is actually still up. This has its own little bull run that it's been in, just retraced after a massive move. I mean, it went from 56 cents all the way to $2. It did a 4x, right? To 211, only to retrace, you know, 50% or more, you know, 70% max, 211 down to 110. Whipped even back into the 90s. So this is interesting, and it's been on my radar now for a move back to the upside. Morpheus Network. Shout out to that awesome super chat for giving me a coin that I absolutely love to talk about. Morpheus Network. Wow, you guys are giving me, this is back like an old bull run. This is insane. For a while, it was kind of like, you know, this has been some crazy live streams. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you. I bet there's 1,000 people on the live, because it usually takes 1,000 people to get this many super chats and this much action. You know what I mean? Shout out to the 1,000 people out here on the live. I know you're out there. I know you're out there. You have to be. I'm telling you right now. I don't believe what I'm seeing. I think there's more. There's got to be more. So Chainlink could do numbers. Chainlink's on the radar for something that could actually get a bit of a bounce. I mean, straight down, straight down, straight down. You're starting to flatten out. Okay? Could Chainlink head down? I mean, the thing is that I don't like about it is the daily overbought, the 22. These two things are whenever I've opened up trades, it didn't go well, right? So I'm not saying it can't. We could get a bit of a move. I'll look at all my old work. I'll even take away the moving averages. We'll just kind of look at it as arbitrarily as possible on as biggest time frame as I can here. I mean, there you go. I mean, okay, falling wedges break to the upside eventually. If you go here, you go to negative, so it doesn't really make sense. You can hit that measured move, right? That's a one good thing. You get a chart that has, possibly two measured moves, like if it was a symmetrical, and one of them's negative. So what I'm thinking, what I'm believing is we eventually just round out these bulls. We might get some spikes up here, come back down around as we go through. $6 Chainlink to me is a steal. Great project. I started DCAing at 378. I do own Chainlink long term. I believe it's a smart decision. I own any coin that I know other coins need to create the ecosystem. I own Atom because it's a hub and it connects all the other hubs together, and all the different chains on Atom are their own chain. It has a completely interoperability, and it's basically the basis of interoperability. Chainlink, it's an oracle. So many coins use Chainlink, like almost 70 to 80% of the entire DeFi space was using Chainlink as the oracle. The back end was running. A lot of coins were using banned protocol too without anybody realizing it. These are coins that were running the back end of the ecosystem, but they're quiet. They don't get the pumps. They don't get the screams. They don't get the yells. They're in the background. But they're the long-term plays of crypto that are the backbone of the ecosystem. That's why you got to know what banned protocol is. You got to know what Atom is. You got to know what Chainlink what is. You can't act like it's all about the new coins. There are some, and Chainlink is bringing in some new things. Cross-chain interoperability and some other things that it didn't have before. They're not stopping working. They've been blasting through the bear market. They also have the resources to build through the bear market. They're not going under. They're not disappearing. Chainlink is here to stay. Chainlink is on the radar. I would be DCAing into Chainlink if I did not have a stake in it. Again, not financial advice, but I would personally be, just grabbing a little bit here and there, getting myself a bit of a bag. But you do whatever makes you happy. I do have a bag. I'll make that clear, right? So, of course, so I see Chainlink just kind of squiggling away. Nothing too crazy here. Slowly making a move back to the upside in the coming few months. So Chainlink on my radar for sure. Flux also on my radar here at 56. It's tight in the zone. 4 hours a little spent. Doesn't actually look good on the TA at all. No, beat on the daily. Interesting. They had some good news, but the TA doesn't look too great. Trying to make it out of this flag to the upside. Flux. It's like beat to the ground on all time frames. Still trying to get the pump, but look, shoulder head, kind of a shoulder. Flux still trying to pump it at resistance. It's tight in the zone. I had Flux until they, got into my account and, don't even want to get into it. But, now I held no Flux anymore. Now it just was, Flux, man. It was a dream one day to own some Flux, but now that's all it was. I was making it go up too fast, and BlackRock put down 15 million. Sam, you're not the only one having problems with, I'm feeling it too. Tried buying my laptop from Best Buy earlier, and my mate labeled it. So weird, right? Gala liquidated the hell out of me with that last pump. Back to the DoorDash grind. Womp womp. Right after 200% profit long, too. See? Why are you leverage trading? See, had you spot traded, I'm just saying, again, I can't tell you what to do, but had you spot traded, you could have made up from anywhere between 30 to 200%. You'd be in, you'd be out, right? And had you just used 3L and 3S tokens, you can't get liquidated either. So I don't do the liquidation thing. I find it silly to throw my money away, right? Matthew McCryptahe. You're so full. Matthew McCryptahe. That's ridiculous. Dude, Cardano is mad pumping yos. I mean, look, I mean, Bitcoin is moving out the flag as suggested. The shorts are getting squeezed as suggested. Can you feel the love? That old short squeeze on the 7-minute is beginning. We're seeming to have something form here. BOOKMAP, baby, BOOKMAP. Link to BOOKMAP in the description below. You won't get it better or less expensive than the price in which I offer it. And it's so beautiful, and it works so well when everyone else is opening up a short at the wrong time. You can clearly see when you may get added to the liquidation list, which you don't want to be. All right? Let us teach you the way. Help you. Let's take a look at XRP here for KuCoin. All right. So you can see I had this kind of head and shoulder drawn for XRP possibly in a flag. Didn't take. Kind of made an inverted head and shoulder over here, though. Look at that. See? You can just kind of move it on over. The right one fits perfectly. That's insane, right? It's like yoink, yoink, right? It's attempting to break out, but again, getting overbought on big time frames and still has a heavy resistance in the way. Let's get rid of this for visual purposes. It didn't play out. It was a nice little flag, though. Symmetrical triangle broke to the downside. 50-50 pattern, right? More bearish than bullish when I see them chubby triangles. Okay. Chubby triangles. So look, I mean, kind of a descending triangle in a way, right? It has descending triangle vibes for sure. And descending triangles tend to break to the downside 68% of the time. Also some bearish woes here. The lawsuit doesn't sound like it's going too well. Right? I mean, I'm not trying to be the bearer of bearish news. I own XRP. I own over 10,000 XRP. So I'm in the XRP army 110%. I'm with y'all. I've been in the XRP for a long time. My best friend owns like 100. Between him and his dad and his brother, they own dang near probably like right even now they probably own like $60,000 to $70,000 worth of XRP. So like, if anyone wants XRP to go up, it's me because I want to see my buddy win. I want to see everyone win. You know. And also just what it represents, right? For all of us, right? That whole, just the whole beatdown that's going on, right? It's unfair. How long will it last, right? But to me, I mean, XRP may have to come down and test this bottom trend line one more time, right? Does it come down to 15 cents? There's a chance it does. Even down here, I mean, it's in a descending triangle. Let's get rid of this for now. It's extremely overbought on the 4-hour. The 12-hour, the 22, has a little bit. The daily has some legs. So there's some hope there. Compared to most coins, the daily's pushing up. 3-day wants to blast. Interesting. Kind of could say, hey, cup and handle on the 3-day, like, right? They just fell to the downside. Gets rid of those vibes. 3-day chart suggests, hey, I got to move at one point. But we were this low before, and we ended up just kind of getting a lackluster pump. Just Sammy, do you trust the cup and handle on the 3-day chart? That's the thing. Can you throw caution to the wind and make that aggressive move? If I can make it, it doesn't mean you can make it. If I can't make it, it doesn't mean you can't make it. So it's like what another trader does really doesn't matter because it's what you do, right? And don't do something because someone else does it. It's never going to serve you properly, all right? You're not going to learn the main reason why you did it, and you're not going to be able to progress as a human being. So that's why copying other people really doesn't get you anywhere. Like kids that copy grades in class because you don't even learn the material yourself. Same idea. You don't get the benefit of life when you do something that you didn't think about yourself, right? When you just kind of float like the wind. I mean, what you do get is the lesson that you shouldn't float like the wind, right? Possible cup and handle on the 3-day chart. Looking interesting. Other time frames are a little troublesome to me, right? XRP at a heavy resistance too, right here. At 35, you can see it. It's just resistance. It's got to flip that area and kind of a shoulder head and a shoulder too. Some bearish signs for XRP, man. Descending triangle that we were looking at before could fall lower here to this area before it falls further up. Might have to test 29 before we can get some more love here out of XRP. In depth though, and I can't tell you exactly where it's going to go. And there's some other things. I mean, and it'll move. If Bitcoin makes a move, everything's going to move. We talked about Bitcoin being in the full moon cycle. right? And I don't know if I was able to show that video, but I think, yeah, I posted it in my trading group. Check out this video. Bitcoin in the full moon cycle. Pretty weird. And we just had what's called a wolf moon. All right. Last night. And of course, we got a little bit of a move for Bitcoin, which is interesting. So check it out. Bitcoin pumps every full moon. I would definitely watch this video. It'll change your perspective on the moon and trading in general. Pretty interesting video. Blow your mind. Follow me at CryptoLifer33. We're trying to get to, we will get to 10,000 in the next couple days. Be a part of that so you can celebrate with me when we hit that 10,000, 46 more followers on Twitter. I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you for the love. All right. We're going to get there. We're so close. So close. My goodness. Shorting Solana 1722. We're getting close. You're funny. Humans evolved along with the moon. It makes hella sense. Love USD on the 22-hour looks nice. Gala is overbought on every time frame, all over an hour. Time to short it. What do you think? You'd be surprised. When things get really FOMO-y, you kind of have to chill out right now. Bitcoin's kind of getting out of control. It can make the market erratic. You had the full moon, a lot going on, so it's getting crazy. Okay? It's getting crazy. We do see the bearish divvy. Would be proper to short right now. You got bearish divergence. So no emotions, you short. Flat out, you just short right now. It is what it is. Excuse me. You know? Wish I never sold Gala before people knew what Gala was. Hey, it's over now, man. Don't waste your time in the past. That's my whole thing. See, right now what you did is you spent time in the past. So as you sit in the past, you begin to beat yourself up. And you know what someone says is you can't beat yourself up about the past or the future because it doesn't exist. The past doesn't exist anymore, man. It doesn't. It really doesn't exist. It happened, so it existed, but only thing that exists is this right here, right now. This exists here, right? Look, I do this. Did I slap myself now? No, so it's over now. It doesn't exist. Me slapping myself doesn't exist. It happened in the past, right? It's over. I can't, whole point of the story is, don't beat yourself up about the past. Stay in the present moment as much as you can. What happens is we get emotional about the past. We start thinking. We get into a habit of doing that. And when you get into a habit of thinking about the past so much that we're almost not in the present between 50 to 70% of the day. We're in our heads thinking about the past a lot. Things that have done to us, how we were victims of someone that hurt us. My dad did this to me. And I'm talking about my life. This is what I used to do. I'd be walking to work, clenching my teeth, thinking about, something horrible or so, and just living in the past. Spending a lot of my life just going over ideas in the past and just kind of eating myself alive for them and not giving myself any time in the present moment to do what I needed to do. So look, Ethereum booming to the upside too. These rising wedges break to the upside parabolically when things get fun, right? Look, then you make these bullish patterns on the RSI. See how that's like it's like starting to get tight. Interesting enough, right? And Ethereum back to 1,300, getting a bit of a pump here to the upside. So we talked about ETH possibly making a lower low, falling out the wedge. It got there, double bottom of Bitcoin, and try to make a bit of a move to the upside. However, until ETH can get back above this 1374, and look at the 4-hour time frame, ETH is back above the 200 SMA. Possible double bottom here. Let's look at that bigger pattern. That's an interesting idea for Ethereum. Suggests that we will go higher in the coming few weeks. Back up to 1550. Look at that. We'll have to get back above these resistances, but only two big resistances, and we can gap up pretty fast. So a bounce off this, point of control, and we could easily get up there to 15 for Ethereum. It's called cognitive behavioral therapy. Yep. Does the thing in between the ears exist. You never know. It's going up right now, but really it's cooling down. Inflation trying to go down because I stopped it. Let's take a look at ES1, S&P futures. Let's take a look at what's happening for the futures, right? And let's break this down. So look, we went over the idea that we were in this flag that could break up. We took a measured move of this flag here. See, here to here. Took the base of the triangle. Should break up and get us to this area. We're at a resistance right here, the green bar, right? And the S&P futures have hit it, but we have breached it just now, and we're getting a bit of a pump here. There's more room on the 4-hour. The 1-hour has kind of sustained itself. So just like Bitcoin, we flag out. If we wake up tomorrow morning, and this is still in a flag, we have a really good chance of bullishness. If we wake up tomorrow morning and we're kind of making a Bart Simpson and the 1 hour is really overbought, but if the stochastics reset in the next 8 or 9 hours down here somewhere and price action stays flat, we have a really good sign of at least opening up tomorrow and having a bit of a move to the upside. So we're already setting our parameter for tomorrow. If this starts to dump down, it'll change the tune. So I already know kind of what we're going to have based on if we can fill this flag or not. That's kind of my trading style in a nutshell, really, if you follow me for a while, right? Total market cap. We talked about 777s over and over again. We talked about 794. Where did we go? Oh my goodness. We went all the way back above. Look, and we made this symmetrical triangle, remember? I mean, ascending triangle. See this? It had a downside to this area. We're getting very overbought on the 22 and the daily, right? Which suggested that we weren't going to make it back above this resistance. But then again, you say, can we make the move? That's why earlier today, when you're looking at Bitcoin, you put it in the flag and you say, well, maybe you can, maybe you can't. And lo and behold, we get back above 800 billion. Remember how many times I talked about 800 billion and how important it was and how we couldn't lose it? I got really sad when we lost it because it was like, man, how much longer? If you told me we would be back above 800 again so fast, I would tell you, no way. However, I'm not going to believe in these rallies like they're amazing. I'm not going to be like, oh my God, like this is the greatest rally since sliced bread. And I'd rather eat my words and get in at a nice support zone than believe that these rallies are amazing, right? Now, I'm happy. Don't get me wrong. I mean, this is a huge pump. And we seem to be squeezing more shorts. And it looks like we will fulfill that flag that I got going on in that 7 minute. But, and I mean, that's a major move. I mean, and again, we did say, remember, if you can fall down too fast, you can fall back up pretty fast. Right? That's something I do talk about a lot. And you kind of went from one volume node to the next. You're getting pretty spent on these bigger time frames. So again, to me, it's like the 1 hour and begin to flag on out. You're starting to get overbought on these time frames. If we can make these continuation patterns, then we can continue. So this is what I'm starting to see. I would start taking profits for the night on whatever I was in. But again, that's me, and I like to trade. I like to cash in, take my profits, and not play games. But you do whatever makes you happy. Adam 3L banging. Look at all the 3Ls just absolutely just dominating the space. You know, and they all came out of that same 1 hour flag. And we got the blast out, right, that we were seeing today on the live stream. So the live stream can help you identify patterns that can teach you how to take the probability out of the market. Okay? Without knowing the patterns, there's no probability. You can't see this. We teach this in the class every single Tuesday from 3 to 5. All right? Might I add. And I have to bring it up all the time because I know I got to let you know over and over again. And just keep telling you, you got to take this class. It's going to change your life. You're going to love the fact that you did it. You're going to love the fact that I harped on it over and over again. You're going to be like, you know what, Lifer? Appreciate you, brother. You know? I just joined into some weird part of YouTube. Shout out to Billy Bob 369. What platform are you executing trades on now? Using alt trading. Bitcoin going to drop heavy. You never know. Do you take Adderall daily, Sam? Never have. No, don't. Not yet, Andre, but he is looking at a new sitter. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. Zelda Inu is great entry, as you all see what it did. 500x, 60. It's at a 3 million market cap. Big news coming. Remember Zelda Inu? We did trade that thing, and it did blast. Kind of crazy. Shout out to Brandon, man. My man. We're tapping the 618 fib in the range between the 1804 and 15.5. Range that we've been in for a while. Could be a possible short for Bitcoin. Black Swan soon. Would you mind giving your ideas on Sol USDT? Wow. Yes. Train your subconscious mind. Watch this video. Shout out to Sean. Sean trains his subconscious mind every day, don't you, Sean? Yeah. Great show, boss. Thanks again. Shout out to Whaleman44. Anytime, my man. Anytime. Thank you for jumping on in. The energy was hot tonight. Had no idea, but you know what? The energy kind of goes with everyone here. Shout out to Grit PB. My man Peters, man. We love you, brother. We love you, BP, bro. You're the man, dude. Yo, you built it and they came, man. You're the man. Thank you for everything you did for me and my family. May God bless you and yours, bro. I'll never forget you. You're the best. Okay. Let's take a look at PEL here. Propel. Cup and handy. I see what you're seeing here on the 1 hour. Sammy, cup and handy to the upside. Resistance that you got to get back above is that point of control. Just all about this. You get above the point of control, get the bounce. Gone, baby, gone. Remember that movie? 22 hour looking quite beautiful for a move here. Daily kind of sideways. Four-hour curving to the downside. 1 hour pushing up. And look, the 1 hour's in the flag. Just kind of like today when we were like, watch for Bitcoin. So, I mean, this thing could make some gains. Starting to consolidate on the smaller time frames. I made an extra line there. Let me get rid of that. Consolidate on the smaller time frames, getting above the 200 SMA. I don't like where the 1 hour is pushing up, but it gets above that point of control, man. I would definitely watch this thing for a possible move. Propel. And we've traded this in the past for massive gains. It has come through a few times in a row. So Propel is on the radar. Thank you for the awesome super chat. This feels like a bull run, man. The way the super chats are coming in, the way the ideas are flowing. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? 500 people on the live. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? I would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. If you're new to the channel, I go over Bitcoin, the total market cap, ES1 every single Sunday from 8 to about 9:30, 10. I go over the market that's coming up for Monday morning. I'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. I live stream every single day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and Saturday nights at 8 p.m. I didn't take one day off in 2022. I streamed every single day from the first day, January 1st, to the last day, December 31st, the entire year. Not one day was taken off, no matter where we went, no matter how many family obligations, no matter what happened. I took my equipment with me on planes, trains, and automobiles. It did not matter. I made sure to be there for my crew, and I'm going to continue to do it in 2023. And it was because each and every one of you showed up, hit that like button, and supported me. You made it easy to show up every single day. You made me want to show up every single day. You made me say, hey, why would we stop the love? So bang, bang, bang. Thank you for the love. I appreciate you all. And we're going to do it again like we did it in 2022. I can only imagine a better year coming our way as we continue to grow and move as a team. So, shout out to the elite charters. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Man, it feels good to be alive. Shout out to everybody that loves their life, has gratitude for every breath they take, and lives in the present moment, because that's all you have. That's all you have. If Grayscale goes down, Bitcoin will be below 10K, and we'll all want. And we all went bust for sure. That's why I didn't buy a bunch of things in this rally. Like I'm not buying this rally. I'm not like buying it personally, and I'm not buying. You know, I'm getting into BTC, dollar cost averaging, making awesome swing trades, and stashing that tether and just watching it. Sideways until late 2024. My prediction: small pumps like this until then. It'll go crazy late 2024 and into 2025. Just my prediction, not financial advice. I mean, that's what we should see. That's basically the cycle of Bitcoin, you know. We are tabbing, yep, 618. Your input is awesome, though. Shout out to everybody here. How many people, tell me where you're from. We love doing this. Roll call. Where are you in the world watching the Crypto Lifer Show. Where in the world are you watching the Crypto Lifer Show? Let us know. I want to see this thing go crazy. I want to see that chat rate explode with information here. We got Japan. We got AZ. When AI. We got Texas. We got Kuwait. We went over all the AI things in depth. South Dakota, Brazil, Shib, Ohio, Richmond, Florida, South Dakota, Connecticut, Minnesota. I'm currently on the moon. North Carolina, Canada, Australia, great state of Texas, Chattanooga, Nashville, Newcastle, Australia, Melbourne, Moonbase, Kenya, Fort Lauderdale, London, Philippines, Nashville, Oklahoma, Colombia, Portugal, Arkansas, Guyana, North Korea, Chicago, Philly, Rhode Island, Tampa Bay, Philippines, Sydney, Mars, Mississippi, Mexico, Iran, South Carolina, London, Philippines, Iran, Alaska, Texas, Italia, my man, you're funny, the Crypto Clan, Wisconsin, Virginia, Australia, Dorchester, Israel, all over the world, PA, American Champaign, my mom's house, Texas, baby, Jakarta, Miami, Florida, Jakarta, oh my gosh, Philippines, Detroit, Florida, North Pole, Bay, Cuba, Scotland, Connecticut, Pleiades, Puerto Rico, your back porch, oh my God, get off, Maine, Nigeria, Napa, New Jersey, North Pole, Philippines, I'm strapped, Vegas, born, the Lifer compound in Florida, Puerto Rico, on top of the world, spreading love, I love it, it's cold here, Tatatoon, your backyard, West Palm Beach, my living room, my man, Mars, wow, that was amazing, and it still rolls in, shout out to everybody that gave that love, St. Petersburg, Australia, New York. Woo! So Pell looks like a big gain coming. Sending those new super chats that just jumped in. I know I have a few more to go to. We had a lot tonight. Want to make sure we get to every single one. Let's take a look at love. You got to love the love, right? But we got to also prepare for the morning and get ready to see what's happening. All right, we got to prepare for the morning and get ready to see what's happening. It is what it is. All right. Oh, where did I put? Oh, yeah. Okay. Over here. I just wanted to get that crypto fear and greed index up and running for you real quick. 25. I like to get in when it's ray shaded. That's the best prices. You need more fear for the price to be even better. Cuba, Portugal, Arkansas, Ghana. Unreal. Let's take a look at love, baby, love. So we'll delete all old work. We nailed it the last time I put it out for massive gains and subsided ever since, right? So we hit it. Now the 4-hour could be resetting. 22 in the daily are saying, hey, we got rejected by the what? The 200 SMA. See how we hit it and we just dumped? That can happen. Wick to wick on the fibs. Say you're back at these 886 retracement. All right. You are falling pretty low. I see what you're saying. You're trying to get this move here kind of out the wedge, right? I think it's risky business compared to what I'm seeing. 4-hour time frame's a little iffy. 1 hour's in a flag, though. I get it. It's high risk, high reward for this coin. If you can break above the point of control, you may get bacon on the beach. You know? But it's just, I think there's better out there tonight. But, yeah. 1 hour says you may get a nice, beautiful scalp to the upside here. All right. And back to Bitcoin. On that 7 minute. So we pumped and dumped. Bearish divergence starting to kick in. I do have to keep reiterating. You're swinging to the downside while you're swinging to the upside. You're out of resistance. We did pump all the way up in the stochastics, and that's kind of all we got. We didn't break through the resistance. We didn't get a massive move. We got as many short squeezes as we can. Is there enough people to short? How many people are going to keep jumping in? You know what I mean? Looks like we kind of ate through most of this liquidity. We went all the way in. Would have booked pretty light on either side now. Kind of flat tones. We may just stay flat for the rest of the night, though. That wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Now that the 7 minute is starting to kind of scale out with the bullish divergence, I believe we can kind of like you know, we can calm down with the idea that because we didn't hit the measured move, we go back to the 1 hour. And what I would do here, personally, is just like I showed you on the total, is I start to flag out the 1 hour. I want to wake up tomorrow. I want to see Bitcoin price action kind of through this flag, and I want to see this curve. And I know if that's the case, I mean, we may have a nice Monday morning for some nice trades. Okay. And Solana, last but not least, my hand hurts from the TA. Shout out to anyone that jumped into class today. This weekend. We had an awesome class, 18 people in the class, full as ever. And I love it. I teach the class 5 times a month, every week on Tuesday, and once the last Saturday of every month. I get great joy out of the class. I meet a lot of people. We have fun doing it together. It's always a blast. The 22 says you're spent on Solana, you know, and yeah, you got above the resistance, so you're coming back. So let's, you know, you broke above this funky line. You had you're kind of a pump. Vitalik said some fun stuff, right? You got to move. You went from 7 cents to 16. I mean, you did 100% gains, which is pretty great, right? Anytime something's beat to the ground, I guess in crypto, never count it out and always just buy in. But at the end of the day, I mean, you still kind of have like a rising wedge beginning to form. So again, flag it out. Can you stay inside the flag and go sideways? Do you break down? Time will tell. Let's watch this go sideways for a little while. To me, it's spent. And again, anything is possible. Does it keep ripping? More than likely, it goes sideways now as Bitcoin we got the rival pump. We got the crazy action. Sorry, Solana. We got the crazy action here. Sorry about that. It moved out, but we're watching this flag. That's all it is. And we're pretty, you know, we got above this resistance. You're looking for Solana to kind of come back here and bounce. Show that it has support at 1470, and that will kind of be its move, you know. I'd be personally taking profits right now if I was in any of these trades. But you do whatever makes you happy. I can't tell you what to do. All right. All right, everyone. That was a insane live stream, 8:10 to 9:52. My hand hurts, no lie. Like, I've been just boom. Total market cap, did some numbers. Total 3, which is the market cap of all of cryptocurrencies, excluding Ethereum and Bitcoin, got a nice pump out of this flag to the up. Look at that. We got a nice V-shaped recovery. However, we're back at resistance. It's not like we're out of the water yet. It's not that amazing yet. We need to get all the way back up here, get above this trend line, and we need to get back above $370 billion, all the altcoins, to really be taken seriously. We've lost an entire $1 trillion market. So I showed you the coins that I'm looking at, possibly. Cat made a big move. And I also show you, I don't like to trade too heavily Sunday night into Monday. And I might miss some stuff, and it may not be perfect. But that's just, you'll find that's my trading style over time. And you'll understand why, and you'll see. And when you get rocked and wrecked on a Sunday one day, you'll be like, oh, I get what Lifer was saying. So everyone, watch that flag on the 1 hour time frame that I talked about on Bitcoin. That's really my magic sauce right now. That's what I'm going to watch. If that can hold up, stay above 17K, we got ourselves a bit of a chance. We got ourselves a fighting chance of making a move. All right. And this is what I'm talking about. This flag up here. All right. We start to break down and come on back down. That 22 and that daily are coming. And this rising wedge does want to break down. The bigger wedge wants to break us down. And we just got to be careful. If you break back inside this pattern and go below this point of control, we could be moving lower. So these two areas we really need to fend off. And that's going to be watching from, tomorrow morning into tomorrow afternoon. If we get that, then we can kind of count this move as a more bullish move, and we can continue. Could the short squeeze continue tonight? It could. I just don't see as much liquidity, but anything is possible. But right now, that bearish divergence of the 7-minute is setting in. I think people are starting to take some profits. The night is falling. People are going to fall asleep eventually on the East Coast here, and people will close their order books, and will kind of start to flatten out on a Sunday night. So everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications so you can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you, my friend, are already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all. God bless each and every one of you. And I'll see you tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. sharp, ready to go. And we're going to do it again like we do every single day, baby. Shout out to everyone that came in here and supports me. So much gratitude to each and every one of you. God bless you all. Thank you.